me see if I... Well, everybody, this is what I've been wanting to show you. One of my colleagues, Jeff P., showed this video footage that was dated for December 9th, 2016. And this is coming directly from Bondi Beach, Australia. This was captured on a webcam on December 9th. And you can clearly see, if you can follow my cursor, a very large spherical shadow that literally rises up through the sky. Now, I have this video footage being looped back and forth, and it is about 2 hours from 2 p.m. till 4 p.m. And clearly, in the upper right-hand corner, you can see this very large spherical shadow that just basically comes out of nowhere. Now, we've been going back and forth trying to figure out what this would actually be. And I've never seen anything like this before on any type of webcam, any type of sky cam, and I've literally looked at thousands of them over the years, and especially over the past 9 months. And you can clearly see this object rising up into the daytime sky, and that is pretty close to about 4 p.m. Australia time. Again, this was captured on a webcam. It's a beach cam, pretty populated area, possibly a tourist area. December 9th, 2016, Bondi Beach, Australia. Now, once again, folks, I've never seen anything like this in my life. Is this a possible reflected shadow of a large planet that is actually out there near our planet, near the sun? I've never seen anything like this. If any of you have ever seen anything like this, please, by all means, let me know. Email me, drop a comment in the comment section. We are still trying to figure out what this large spherical anomaly is. It's absolutely mesmerizing to see something like this. Now, I could probably guarantee you that no one on this beach saw this, but I can clearly see it on this webcam footage. Now, I normally check this website out a couple of times a day, and you're able to go back in time to different dates. But whenever I saw this yesterday, I was absolutely floored. Now, like I said, good friend of mine, fellow Planet X researcher Jeff P., did a great video on this yesterday. I spoke with Steve Olson yesterday on one of our live hangouts, and we showed this footage. And still, once again, we cannot figure out what this is. I've never seen any type of reflection or shadow from the sun project this type of image. And once again, you can clearly see this object rising into the sky. And once again, if any of you have ever seen anything like this before, drop me a line. Let me know what you think. It is my thought that this is possibly a shadow projected by a very large planet. Now, I've never seen anything like this associated with Venus or Mars or even our own moon. And how is this shadow, this spherical object, appearing in the sky? over Bondi Beach in Australia on December 9th, 2016. Now, I want to go ahead and I want to talk to you real quick about an article that has just come out. We've been experiencing rather large earthquakes lately, literally all over the world. And this article has just come out. It was actually dated for December 8th, 2016. And the headline reads, San Andreas, all set for a major California earthquake. And a lot of the earthquakes that have been occurring lately, I feel that they are directly in response to Nibiru or Planet X. Whatever celestial body is out there, it's definitely affecting our sun and our planet. Now, this article was written by a meteorologist, PhD, Mario Picasso. And Mr. Picasso goes into pretty good detail about this setup for San Andreas and this fault to just literally crack wide open. Now, the San Andreas fault stretches over 800 miles along California. And I'll provide a link to this article. And I think anyone who lives in or around this area in Southern California definitely needs to start paying very close attention. There was just a pretty good sized earthquake in north central California the other day, right off the coast. I think it was about the area of Eureka and Ferndale, California. But what I'm worried about is no one in the Southern California area paying attention to actually what's going on. Because in the event that an earthquake like this would occur, a magnitude 7, magnitude 8, instantaneously, you're talking about death, destruction, a very severe cataclysmic event. Now, this gentleman goes into complete detail about this earthquake, and he also talks about some very historical earthquakes in this region. And I will place a link to this article. And again, this article isn't just written by anyone. The man's name is Mario Picasso. He's a meteorologist, PhD. And again, he thinks that the San Andreas fault is ready to rock and roll. And in the case that that does happen, Southern California is going to be in for a very rocky ride. Now, I also got some great footage from one of our Nibiru researchers. His name is Alex. And Alex put together a video of something that he captured on his video camera the other day. And I'm just going to go ahead and I'm going to grab this video footage real quick. And I want you to see it because it's pretty good video footage, and into the southwest region of the sky for quite some time now. And Alex caught this the other day, and I think this video footage is just absolutely incredible. I did question Alex about it. He did have Venus in his sight, not in the sight of the camera, and off in the distance was the moon. However, this object was clearly illuminated in the sky. It's not Mars, it's not Venus, it's not the moon. And this is the southwest object that has been coming at us since the end of September. As far as I know, that's about how far back we've been documenting this planetary object coming in. I'm going to go ahead back and just, the video gets a little shaky, but I'm going to go ahead back and just loop it through again so you can see this object. And it's not a star. That clearly is a planet. Now, Alex is moving the camera a little bit. It was not set up on a tripod, so I don't want you to think this object is floating around and moving around in the sky. This is a stationary object. It is coming back each and every night, and it's being seen around the world by literally tens of thousands of people. Probably millions of people are seeing this object. Again, it's not Venus. I wish it was. That way we could know exactly what it is. Now, we've had a lot of theories on this, but nothing is really coming to terms on what this object is. I've literally had video footage coming in from different European countries, all over the United States. I also got some video footage in from South America and some video footage coming in from Mexico. And clearly, what you're looking at is a planet. That's not an out of focus star like these debunkers and these naysayers are going to tell you. I've seen out of focus stars on video cameras and cameras in general, and this looks absolutely nothing like an out of focus star. That is clearly a planet. And as time has gone on, since the end of September is when I started noticing this object. And I myself thought it was Venus. But at the time, it was so far out in the distance, it just basically looked like a little bright dot in the sky. Now, as October came around and we got into the early part of November and then the latter part of November, this object started becoming brighter and closer. Now, it does come up near Venus, but Venus is much lower in the sky, above the horizon. This object literally appears out of nowhere around 6:45 p.m., 7 p.m., and it is very, very high in the sky. Now, is there a possibility that, this is the object that cast the shadow in the Bondi Beach footage that I just showed you there in Australia? Something large had to cast that shadow in that webcam footage. Like I said, I've been watching web cameras from all over the world for a long time. I have never, ever in my life seen that type of large spherical shadow. And we're going to go ahead back to that portion of the video from Bondi Beach. Luckily, I recorded it. I thought maybe once people started to see it and talk about it on social media, a lot of times these websites, they have a habit of blocking the footage or deleting the footage. And I've noticed this website periodically deletes some of their footage, even if it's 24 hours later. You'll go back and try to watch it, and the video is broken, it's gone, it's deleted. I don't know why they're doing it. They do it with the Mexico videos sometimes, and now anytime you're using the FAA webcams in Alaska, they are literally deleting the footage. You'll just see a little white screen. So we're going to go ahead back to this footage in Australia, because I think this is absolutely amazing. It's actually very scary. I wish I had a 100% positive answer on what that object is floating up through the sky. Now, you can clearly see the rays of the sun, and you could see some glare from the sun, but we can't see the sun in this portion of the video because the sun is obviously much higher in the sky. Now, as to what would be able to cast a shadow like that, well, you need a light source and you need another object. When that light source hits the object, apparently it casts a shadow, as you're seeing on this video footage. And this webcam in Bondi Beach, Australia, on December 9th, 2016, between 2 p.m. and 4 p.m., this was captured on video. And it's really hard to say what it is, but again, if you start to put some of these pieces together and you're clearly looking at it with your own eyes, and you just think about it, you don't have to be a rocket scientist, and you don't have to be an amateur astronomer either. You just have to have some common sense. So light has to cast off of an object in order for it to produce that type of a shadow. But again, I'll bring the information to you. You can make your own assumptions. You can come to your own conclusions. I'm going on my 13th year of investigating Planet X and Nibiru and the Nemesis solar system. And it was kind of ironic last night as I sat down for the first time to watch some television. I turned on the History Channel, And the program was Ancient Aliens. And what did they talk about? They talked about the ancient Sumerians, the Anunnaki alien race, and Nibiru, Planet X. And they went into some pretty good detail. And if you have a chance, if you could go back, depending on what your cable company is, this was on the History Channel on the program Ancient Aliens. And I think this was probably maybe a year old, but it was a very, very interesting program. And I felt that it was kind of ironic that all of a sudden we're seeing a lot of programming dealing with Planet X and Nibiru. But again, getting back to this video, it's pretty incredible. I would really like to know 100% what that shadow is. Now, we did come to one possible thought. Is that a shadow of the sun? Well, I really don't know how the sun can cast a shadow of itself, because it obviously seems that that object is much, much higher in the sky. And it was able to cast that shadow, and it was picked up on that webcam. Very, very interesting. And I also want to say that we're gonna start to have more live broadcasts, and I'm going to start to have guests on these live broadcasts. And I'm also going to put together a team of Planet X researchers, such as myself and Steve Olson, Jeff P. I'm going to be contacting Robert Evans and several other people. And we're going to try to put together, all of us, and share evidence, share photographs, share video and experiences. And we want to bring those live to everyone, because we feel that you are owed the explanation on what's happening. I'm not accepting the whole climate change information that's been floating around pertaining to what's happening with our weather. I do have a gentleman who has been working feverishly on what's happening with our Earth tilt right now. And it is fluctuating between 8 and 10 degrees of an additional tilt, more than our normal 25.5 degrees at this time of year as we orbit around the sun. So I will have some additional information for you on that, hopefully later today, if not tomorrow. But for now on, whenever you see our Nibiru news going live, go ahead and click on it and listen to what we have to say. All of these videos will always be saved, and you will always have the opportunity to go back and watch the Nibiru news live on YouTube. Thanks for watching. Let me see if I... Well, everybody, this is what I've been wanting to show you. One of my colleagues, Jeff P., showed this video footage that was dated for December 9th, 2016. And this is coming directly from Bondi Beach, Australia. This was captured on a webcam on December 9th. And you can clearly see, if you can follow my cursor, a very large spherical shadow that literally rises up through the sky. Now, I have this video footage being looped back and forth, and it is about 2 hours from 2 p.m. till 4 p.m. And clearly, in the upper right-hand corner, you can see this very large spherical shadow that just basically comes out of nowhere. Now, we've been going back and forth trying to figure out what this would actually be. And I've never seen anything like this before on any type of webcam, any type of sky cam, and I've literally looked at thousands of them over the years, and especially over the past 9 months. And you can clearly see this object rising up into the daytime sky, and that is pretty close to about 4 p.m. Australia time. Again, this was captured on a webcam. It's a beach cam, pretty populated area, possibly a tourist area. December 9th, 2016, Bondi Beach